Well, it's been years now, George. Are you ready for some more Black Belt gaming and Gears of War? I know I am. Hey everybody, Robert from Black Belt Gaming. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm digging out an old favorite. I think this was one of the first games I played on my channel. Not the first, but it may have been coming up as number 2 when my channel started over, gosh, how many years now? 12 years ago? Anyway, we're looking forward to digging back into Gears of War. This is from a request that I had on my channel, and I am playing through a mission that I've never played before. It's called Scattered. I have to admit I am very rusty with this game. I haven't played it in years, but it's fun to get this back out. I have nothing but fond memories of this game. I'm actually this time going to do something I've never done before, and that's play 4 heroes or 4 cogs at the same time. And we're going to be going through 2 separate maps to try to unlock the last area. So I believe I have it set up correctly. We've got to deal with some drones and some tickers. These are these little critters that run around and explode like bombs. And then big boomers who shoot grenades at you. So we've got some heavy hitters out here. Let's see how our team can do. Well, let's take a look at this. Scattered has a large map size, and this splits the cogs into 2 teams deep within the Locust Hollows. One team must remotely open the locked door in order to bring the cogs together for a thrilling finale. The maps are set up, 2 separate maps, and when you're spawning enemies, you're only spawning enemies on your particular map. So I think activations work the same. If an AI card activates a certain group, I think it only activates the group on your map. There is one thing here that seems to help the cogs, or the good guys here, and it says order cards. So some order cards provide a bonus to other cog players. These cards affect all cog players regardless of which map they are on. So that's interesting. If I play a card that affects the entire team, it's going to affect them on both maps. So here are our beginning areas. Map, I believe this is map 1, this is map 2. We've got Marcus and Dominic together, and over here we've got Baird, or what is he called, Carmine? Damon Baird and Augustus Cole over here. So I need to give out some command cards, and let's get started. All right, here is our stage 1 for Scattered. Cogs cannot explore through the door at the exit of level 2. When a player resolves an AI card, it only affects locusts on his map. This will flip over when a cog attempts to explore through the door at the end of level 1. So some of you may remember George. He was a little wretch that got flattened against the wall by a crazed berserker in one of our games years and years and years ago. I think we were playing through the China shop or something like that. Anyway, he has not decided to come out of retirement yet. He's just here to observe and see how things go. We'll see if he makes a comeback in a future session. Well, I'm just a bit rusty, so please bear with me. On the player turn, we go through a heal step, but our hands are at maximum size right now. Pretty much for everybody that's 6 cards. However, Marcus Phoenix, as sort of a leader here, gets a 7th card. We then go to the cog order step. The active player plays 1 order card from his hand. Well, let's take a look here at the cog order step. You can use your card with the text as it's printed. However, I don't think you have to do every single thing on the card if you don't want to. You can move, you can just use a card and ignore what's on it to move 2 spaces or up to 2 spaces. Or you can just use a card, whatever's on it, ignore it, and use it to make a kind of a basic attack, a normal 1 attack. Now, I think there are some other special actions here. You can use a card to revive a cog in your area that's bleeding out. You can discard a card to pick up a dropped weapon marker. You can also discard one to activate an area's equipment, and it'll tell you what you get after doing that. Well, Marcus Phoenix is going to go first. He has a hand size of 7, and he gets to roll 1 additional die when using the Lancer's constant ability. That's the chainsaw. And I think that's what we may try to do. We're going to use this command card called Slaughter. And you can see he's running up on a drone here and hitting him with the chainsaw. So you can move 1 area, and then you can perform up to 3 attacks against figures in your area. So this is a bit of a gutsy move. He doesn't have any cover. He's just going to charge in there and see what he can do with his chainsaw, and then maybe with some other regular attacks to follow. So first turn, first move, we've got a drone in cover and a boomer standing here getting ready to fire something nasty at us. Marcus Phoenix charges in with a battle cry and ignores cover and attempts to chainsaw this guy down. Here is the Lancer assault rifle. Marcus starts with 3 ammo tokens on it, meaning that when we spend an ammo token, we get to roll more attack dice. However, if we run out of ammo tokens, we can't use the gun. We can still use the chainsaw, but not the gun. So here is the part we're looking at. Instead of making a normal attack, you can choose to use your 4 attack dice. You ignore any wounds that are rolled, and if you get any omens, let's see if I can find one here. An omen looks like this. Then you've successfully cut down your enemy. Some larger enemies like the boomer, they are immune to this attack. But this drone isn't, so let's see if we can cut him down. Well, Marcus gets +1 when he uses the Lancer's chainsaw. And we've got a couple of omens here. That looks like a successful kill. So there we have it. He's cut down with the first attack. Marcus spins around, and I think it's time to just take some shots with our remaining actions. So we still have 2 attacks left. So we're going to be making an attack with our Lancer. And I would say, since this is a pretty big guy, why don't we spend an ammo token to be able to roll 4 dice on this attack. Let's take a look at the boomer. The boomer says that he rolls 2 red dice for his defense. So we'll grab those. This is what we're going to be rolling here. We're spending our ammo token, and these are the results. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, and 1 shield. It kind of looks like a plus on it. So that's going to cancel 1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage got through on the boomer, and his wound level is 3, so that should kill him. All right, so the boomer is shot and killed. So we kind of unloaded our rifle, emptying maybe a clip into him. We'll put this back into the ammo token pile. That leaves us with 2 tokens on our rifle. And we need to get a token for the fallen boomer. And this may have a weapon on it, or it may not have anything at all. Actually, he dropped his weapon, so that is there, and we can spend actions in the future to pick that up, or maybe our companion here can pick it up. We'll see. Well, that got us off to a pretty good start. Let's see what we do next. On the player turn, we go to the Locust activation step. By the way, this card is now spent, and cards represent your health. So if you get damaged and you run out of cards, then you're considered bleeding out. And then if there reaches a point where the heroes are all bleeding out, then the game is lost. So let's take a look here. On player turn, the player draws the top card from the Locust AI deck and resolves it. Well, we drew a boomer card here, and it says if one or more boomers are in play, each boomer moves one area towards the nearest cog figure and then attacks it if it is in line of sight. Otherwise, spawn one boomer at the nearest emergence hole near you. Well, on this map, we do have a boomer. He's towards the back, so I think he's going to start heading this way. So according to this mission, this does not affect boomers on map 2, but only on map 1. So he will advance one space, and as a big, large creature, he doesn't take cover. And then he would shoot us if he had line of sight, but from this position, he does not. Let me double check here. I'm just reviewing the cover and line of sight rules and range rules for enemies. I am not currently in cover because I used the chainsaw. So I am just considered to be in this area. And if I sort of trace a line down here through the door and tracing it on down through here, this is an open space. Continuing, the blue line is just an elevation of terrain, but it's not a solid wall. And as I keep going down, I think I can reach the boomer. Good Lord, I think this thing has a line of sight on us, all the way from back there. And I didn't see a rule in my review that indicates any sort of range. So I think he can just fire off a shot from there. So that means he's going to be rolling 4 attack dice for his boom shot, which is like his big cannon here. And I am naturally rolling 1 defense die unless I play some kind of reaction card. What are you laughing at? All right, well, let's try to dive out of the way. We'll spend this card for its +2 dice to our dodge, giving us a total of 3 red dice for the roll. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh. We got 2. We cancel those. But he hits us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. So we're hit for 5. I have 5 cards left in my hand. Yeah, we're not out and bleeding, but he absolutely blew us nearly to pieces. So we are bloodied and knocked back against the wall from the boom shot. George, you're supposed to be just watching. Get out of there. All right, well, Marcus is certainly shaken. 0 cards in his hand. Turn is over. It's time to pick it up with Dom, I think. Well, here's Dom's card. He has a special ability where he gets to move around just a little bit more than the other cogs. and starts with a shotgun instead of the Lancer rifle with the chainsaw on it. So let's see what he can do. I think he's going to move up and perhaps collect a grenade. So we have an Explore card. This will allow you to move up to 4 areas, and you don't need to discard another card from your hand to either pick up a weapon or activate something on your turn. So I think I'm actually going to combine this with another action, and I'm not exactly sure if this is legal, but instead of seeking out a ruling against a game that is as old as this one, I'm just going to kind of go with the spirit of the game and say that he can do this. So using his Explore card, it allows him to move. So he's moving, and then I'm going to immediately have him discard a card from his hand and pick up this weapon, this boom shot. He's going to continue his movement over here, and that is where there is a stash of grenades. And it says, because this is tile 7B, and it says discard this card and gain 1 grenade token. So that's what he's going to do, and he doesn't have to discard a card to activate this thing. So for the equipment activation, he gets the grenade token. That gives him 2 grenades total. We also discarded a card, decided to discard Roadie Run, and we're going to pick up the boom shot. This will be his 4th weapon, and that is his limit unless he wants to drop something in the future. We'll pick up the boom shot and 2 ammunition tokens for it. And that's going to end it for Dom. He's kind of in cover here, solid black lines, can't be shot from there. So we need to go to another activation. Okay, the next AI activation is drones. If a cog is within line of sight, attack the nearest cog. Then if he's not in cover, move it 1 area away from the nearest cog figure. Otherwise, move 3 areas towards the nearest cog figure. Well, if we look at this drone is in cover back here in the back, and there's a little cover symbol. It looks like a little white diamond with a dot in the side. We have to measure from that if he has line of sight, and that's going to run right into this black wall. So unlike the boomer, he doesn't. He does not have line of sight. So with no cogs being in line of sight, we just go to the otherwise, which is move 3 areas toward. So that's going to be 1, 2, and then this cover area is occupied, so he's going to, he can't go through that blue wall there. That is elevated terrain, so he needs to go down the steps. So that's where he is. Well, everybody, I think that is it for today. It's been great revisiting Gears of War and getting started with turns number 1 and 2, and we'll head over to the B team, Cole and Baird, next time we play. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you later.